to ways to spot shit.
Thanks, Eddie. Today we're going to learn how to spot a quack. Everyone that gives health advice online should be held accountable. And sometimes it's really hard to spot misinformation and real information. The following red flags will help you identify a quack and a person that is actually genuinely giving good health advice. Red flag number 1. They demonize single ingredients or food items. Doesn't matter if you're talking about seed oils, oats, for example, or also other ingredients that are being used frequently, such as yellow 6, B1, red 40, and you name it. Also, using the words inflammatory, poison, garbage, toxic, and the list goes on is also not very helpful, especially if they don't actually go into detail why this certain food item is toxic or inflammatory. Let's pick inflammatory for example. Notice every time someone says, well, this food will cause inflammation, they never explain what they mean with inflammation. And the reason is likely because they don't really know what inflammation is and what it does within your body. Inflammation is a very broad term, and if you say a food item increases inflammation, well, then specify what you mean with that. Where does the inflammation occur? Which organ gets targeted? What part of the physiological inflammation process is exactly accelerated by eating this food item? These are questions that would be actually quite helpful for these quote-unquote influencers to answer. The next one is whenever someone actually tells you to avoid anti-nutrients. Anti-nutrients are not harmful. Unless, of course, you extract it from a plant, you put it in a pill and ingest it in a form or a dosage, I should say, that is several thousand times higher than the dosage you would actually get by consuming, for example, spinach. And if anti-nutrients indeed were harmful for us, well, they are doing a very bad job, because literally every study I've read so far is suggesting that a diet high in whole plant-based foods is very health promoting. The next red flag is whenever they are talking about certain hormones being out of balance, cleanses, and certain detoxes. The primary detoxing happens in the liver. Having a healthy lifestyle and eating a healthy dietary pattern will give the liver all the nutrients it needs. Whenever someone is selling you a supplement, telling you that this will bring the hormones back in check or help you rebalance the hormones, whatever the quacks are saying nowadays, what hormones are you talking about? What is the scientific evidence you can share that shows us that these hormones in these quantities are actually harmful for us? Prime example is, for example, cortisol. They demonize cortisol, but they never specify at which concentrations cortisol truly starts to get harmful. As usual, cortisol is needed in its right quantities. Your body is all about homeostasis, or to describe it in one word, balance. As our good friend Thanos has said, perfectly balanced as all things should be. Yes, Thanos was right all along. The next red flag is when they tell you that they got it wrong. They never specify what they mean with they, but they're probably meaning big pharma or big broccoli, big seed oils, whatever. And no, this is completely wrong as well. If we take seed oils, for example, well, you would actually have a really hard time defending your position when we look at the scientific evidence that seed oils are harmful. Seed oils have consistently been shown to be health promoting. I've done many videos already in the past, so I won't bore you with going through all of the evidence. Last but not least is banned ingredients in Europe. The quacks talk about ingredients that are presumably banned in Europe, but they are actually not really banned. They just go by a different name. And they also forget to talk about the many ingredients that are banned in the US. I wonder why. I'm sure I raised not all the red flags that there are out there to spot a quack. If I missed a red flag, then please, by all means, share the red flag down in the comment section and let's help each other out, because we should never forget that misinformation is harming people on a daily basis. Just go, for example, to Carnivore Cringe's page and read through all the harmful things that happen to people that are following a carnivore diet. And this is sadly a very small drop in the ocean. What are your thoughts about this topic? Feel free to let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you during my next video.